We're joined by Jeff and Cornelius. Jeff, tell us about B Capital and the work you're doing.
Absolutely. So B Capital is a venture investment firm that's global in nature. We have offices across the US and Asia. Our focus ranges from early seed stage up and through growth. We have three main verticals we focus on, which is enterprise technology, healthcare, and climate. And my focus is really on the climate side, which I've recently joined to lead. And our focus in climate is really on growth investments, so series stages B and beyond.
And what is sentiment like in the climate investment market at the moment? Are people optimistic or cautious?
Cautiously optimistic. What's that?
That's a good get-out clause.
I mean, look, the sector today, there's many positive things. We're seeing a lot of momentum behind great companies and great entrepreneurs. Companies are growing, they're deploying facilities, they've got customers that are buying. Capital is more challenging than it's been in the past. And these are just really hard industries to innovate in. So as you move along, the challenges become greater. So there's a lot of, again, opportunity and reason to be excited, but there's a very long road ahead for these companies to succeed.
And Cornelius, which bits of the market are doing really well at the moment?
So, we've seen tremendous development on the whole in renewable generation, wind, solar, batteries, etc., coming on the scale curve, etc., etc. Costs plummeted, especially in solar PV. That is obviously a strong, foundation, and now, that's going to the next cycle, so to say. Where I'm particularly interested and excited about right now is heavy industry starting to get serious about decarbonization with new technologies, with flexible, innovative solutions. A lot of this, you can see in the portfolio here at the Breakthrough Energy Summit. And that is, still small scale. You talked about, how long it takes to really, come up the scale curve on those more complex solutions. And at the same time, I think the pace and the innovative power is quite breathtaking and amazing.
And are there climate investments that you think are being overlooked at the moment?
So I wouldn't say overlooked, but I think one topic that is, I think, on the cusp of becoming, a real game changer, especially in industrial decarbonization, is thermal or heat storage. That is in a way the missing link between, volatile, flexible, fluctuating electricity and industry requiring continuous process heat. And using that fluctuating electricity to generate the heat and then to kind of stabilize it on a 24/7 in a way time scale with heat storage. That's pretty exciting. Some of the companies here are driving this. I think that's a big step forward for making progress on decarbonizing the heavy emitting sectors.
And Jeff?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think there's a lot of exciting areas in all of these dimensions that are being worked on. I'd say one of the overlooked areas is more focused on growth capital. So there's a lot of money at the earlier stage. There's a lot of money for proven technologies to roll out as infrastructure, but to really support companies at this growth stage is something where there's a documented quantitative and qualitative view that there's not enough money flowing, which is what we're really trying to lean in and work on. And so we're excited about that. In terms of sectors, I'd say the one that has really been, capital has flowed out of is the food and ag sector. And, there's such a tremendous amount of innovation and opportunity in that I feel like that's poised for a comeback, but it's certainly still some time to work through it.
Well, Jeff, Cornelius, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.